The Premier League just quietly rewrote its rulebook again, and if you don't know these rules, you are going to watch your team lose a corner, a throw-in, or an entire player, and have absolutely no idea why. This season, if your goalkeeper gets hurt, your team might have to play a man down on purpose. That's not a bug. That's the rule now. Referees are running countdown clocks like it's a chess match. Hair pulling just got cheaper. And somewhere in the small print, there's a loophole a Scotland player already found at the World Cup before the rule even hit the Premier League. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand every new rule faster than most pundits on TV. Let's get into it. Rule 1, the 8-second goalkeeper clock. Let's start with the one you've probably already seen and wondered about. Goalkeepers used to be able to hold the ball forever, wander around, bounce it a few times, waste 30 seconds like it was nothing. The old punishment was an indirect free kick after 6 seconds. In theory, that sounds strict. In practice, referees almost never gave it. It was basically a rule that existed on paper and nowhere else. Now it's different. Keepers get 8 seconds. Ref counts down the last 5 out loud with his hand in the air like a boxing referee starting a round. Go over, and the other team gets a corner. A corner. Not a free kick nobody notices, an actual corner, right by the goal. This sounds small. It isn't. 1 or 2 of these a game and suddenly keepers are getting rid of the ball fast, which is exactly the point. Rule 2, the 5-second restart countdown. Here's where it gets interesting, because this rule is basically the 8-second rule's little brother. Throw-ins and goal kicks used to be a great place to hide time. Stand over the ball, look around, wait for your midfielder to jog back 15 yards. Nobody really punished it. Now referees start a 5-second countdown the moment they think you're stalling. Blow past it on a throw-in and possession flips to the other team. Blow past it on a goal kick and the opponent gets a corner. You know the type of player who lives for this stuff, though, the professional time waster. The guy who treats a throw-in like a hostage negotiation. His whole game just got a lot harder. But here's the fun part. There's already a loophole. At the World Cup, a Scottish player figured out the clock doesn't start until you actually pick the ball up. So he just didn't pick it up, stood there, let his teammates get organized first. Legal, annoying, brilliant. Expect Premier League players to try the exact same trick by match week 2. Rule 3, injury treatment. Now costs you a full minute. This one's aimed squarely at the fake injury to kill momentum move. You know it when you see it. Teams under pressure, someone goes down, clutching their calf like they've been shot, physio jogs on, game stops for a minute and a half, and somehow the player's totally fine 60 seconds later. Before, the limit was 30 seconds. Now, if you go off for treatment, you're off for a minimum of 1 minute. No exceptions. No sprinting back on after 20 seconds because you suddenly feel great. In theory, this should cut down on the fake stuff because now going down doesn't just steal a few seconds. It costs your team real time on the pitch. In practice, we'll see. Professional footballers are creative when motivated. Rule 4, substitutions on a clock. Substitutions got the same treatment. Players now have 10 seconds to actually leave the pitch once they're subbed off. And if they don't, the replacement can't even come on until the next stoppage after a full minute has passed. So dragging your feet doesn't just annoy the crowd, it actively punishes your own team by delaying your substitute even further. This is the Premier League basically saying, we see you slow walking off the pitch at 0-1 down in stoppage time, and we're done pretending we don't notice. Rule 5, the goalkeeper injury. Rule, the big one. Okay, this is the one that's going to cause chaos, and it's brand new this season. Old rule, if the goalkeeper gets hurt, play stops, he gets treated, everyone waits. Free timeout, no cost at all. Some managers loved it a little too much. A whole team could jog to the sideline for a tactical chat while the keeper recovered. New rule, if play stops for a keeper injury, the head coach has to immediately send an outfield player off the pitch. That player has to stay off for at least 1 minute after play restarts. Treat your goalkeeper, play a man down. That's the trade now. This sounds simple. It isn't, because it completely changes the incentive. No manager is going to want their goalkeeper going down for anything less than a real injury now, because faking it costs your team a player. There are a few exceptions. A foul directly on the keeper, a collision with another player, or actual bleeding. But outside of that, this rule turns every goalkeeper injury into a real tactical decision, not a free pass. Rule 6, VAR gets its wings clipped. VAR has been the most argued about topic in football for years, so obviously it got tweaked again. This season, VAR can step in to fix an incorrect second yellow card that turned into a red. That's new, but it still can't tell the referee, hey, that should have been a second yellow if the ref never gave it in the first place. In other words, VAR can undo a mistake, but it still can't create a punishment out of nothing. The Premier League is keeping that human element, referees making the call in real time, even if it means the occasional missed second yellow slips through. Rule 7, hair pulling got cheaper. Last season, 3 players got sent off for pulling hair, straight red cards, because it was officially treated as violent conduct. This season, that's been softened. If you pull someone's hair without excessive force, it's now just a yellow card instead of an automatic red. Here's the reaction be it. This is a genuinely tricky one to referee, because how hard was that hair pull exactly is not a question anyone wants to be answering on a Saturday afternoon. Expect commentators to argue about this constantly, because now it comes down to intent and force, not just the act itself. Rule 8. What didn't change? Quick one to close out the list. The Premier League actually turned down a few optional law changes this season, including letting VAR review incorrectly awarded corners. The threshold for what counts as a foul and when VAR steps in stays just as high as before. So despite everything else on this list, the Premier League is still very much the Premier League. Referees still let more go than most European leagues. That part isn't changing anytime soon. The wrap up. So here's the one-sentence version. Almost every new rule this season exists to punish the team that's trying to slow the game down. Whether that's a goalkeeper holding the ball too long, a player faking an injury, or a sub jogging off in slow motion. The Premier League spent 2 years chasing the same enemy, the dead ball that never gets kicked. And this season, it finally built a rulebook to fight back. Here's the real question though. Will players actually stop trying to waste time, or will they just get sneakier about it? Because if history's taught us anything, footballers find loopholes faster than lawmakers can close them. If this helped you actually understand what's happening on the pitch this season, hit subscribe. Because trust me, the Premier League is not done changing the rules on us.